Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I want to apologize ahead of time. I'm filming on my phone. I wasn't planning on making a video, but this could be a hard Diag. Let me run you through the symptoms. Hard to start. First thing in the morning, super hard to start, and then it runs rough for a little bit and then clears up. Later on in the day, after work, it can do the same thing. It doesn't always do it, but most of the time, it is a hard start first thing. No codes. That's the first thing that makes this a little challenging. No codes. So we're running off of symptoms. So this is a symptom-based Diag. So after confirming the customer complaint and checking for codes, the first thing I did was hooked up a fuel pressure tester. So let me show you what we're looking at. I have not tried to start it yet. So first time, key on, engine off. Fuel pressure only goes to a little over 15. Key off, engine off. Key on, engine off. Pumps up a little more, just over 25. And it's not going any higher than 25. Okay, I'm gonna tap on the fuel pressure regulator and see if that changes. No change. All right, now I'm gonna crank the engine over. And there's our fuel pressure. And it's running really good right now. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. Start it up. See how the fuel pressure drops down to 30 and then kicks back up? Do it again. Huh, interesting. So what would cause the fuel pressure to be low when you cycle the key, but ramp up once the vehicle started? Well, let's think. What has changed from key on to engine running? Well, that would be the alternator. The system voltage changes. It goes from 12 volts up to 14 volts. So if the pump has high resistance, high internal resistance, at system voltage key on, it could be a weak pump because that internal resistance takes away the voltage to the pump. So internal resistance or an external resistance, if there's a wire somewhere that has corrosion and we're not getting the full Monty back to the pump, that could also cause a weak pump because it's not getting its full juice. So first thing we want to check, back at the pump connector, we want to make sure we're getting the full system voltage, full battery voltage going into the pump. Let's check that real quick. Okay, under the vehicle, this is where we're hooked up, power and ground to our pump. Now let me cycle the key and see what voltage we get. Now this will only send voltage for about 2 seconds. It's just a 2-second initial prime, then we'll lose voltage again. So let's cycle the key on. 9.7, kind of low. You know, that actually might be my fault because I've been trying to start this vehicle and been diagnosing it for a while. So let me double check that that is battery voltage, because that's what you want to check, is battery voltage making it. So if you're at 9 volts battery voltage and we're getting 9 volts at the pump, that's perfectly fine. If we got 12 volts battery voltage, but we're only getting 9 at the pump, then we got an issue. All right, so it was a low battery. That's my fault. But we are getting system voltage from the battery to the pump. So I'm gonna call a faulty fuel pump module. We have to drop the tank, pull it out, put in a new one. When they're both out, I'll go ahead and do an ohm test real quick, and we should see a difference between the old pump and the new pump. So the old pump is out. Here's just an ohm reading of the old pump, around 5 ohms. Let's take an ohm reading of the new pump. Brand new pump is right around 1 ohm-ish. It kind of fluctuates just a little, half an ohm up to about 0.8, 0.9 ohms. A lot different. All right, pump is back in. This is our initial pressure, right at 0 PSI. I'm just gonna cycle the key to the run position one time. Boom, all the way up, just past 50, and that's it. That's all we need. Cycled it again, went up a little higher, cycled it again. We'll start it. And there we are. We didn't get that crazy drop, and it's holding pressure, just like the other pump. Once it was running, it was building up pressure. Cycle the key again, start it. We don't get that crazy drop. All right, there you go. Just a quick little Diag video. Not having any codes does make this a little challenging, and the fact that the fuel pump does work. If I were to check this fuel pressure while it was running, I would think the fuel pump was fine. You had to catch it in the act of not building up enough pressure with the key on, engine off. And then you saw, hey, we are pretty low on pressure. What's up with that? And sure enough, weak fuel pump. You also saw the ohm difference, 1 ohm versus 5 ohms. 5 ohms is seriously gonna hurt the amount of voltage that that pump can utilize. So this is a fix. Hopefully you learned something or found it entertaining. Please like, subscribe. See you on the next one.